Morning. We're going to continue learning about Christmas because we are getting closer and closer to Christmas. I know I'm excited, and I'm sure you guys are super excited too. So today I have a read aloud, and it's about the biggest Christmas tree ever. And I am also going to post a really cool video of my Christmas tree that I made for you guys. And I also took a video of my outside lights because one of my favorite things about Christmas is getting in the car and driving around and looking at everybody's really cool Christmas lights, or going for a walk with my dogs and seeing the Christmas lights. So I thought it would make you happy if I took a video of what my house looks like and my Christmas tree, because I love my Christmas tree. And you guys could take pictures or have your grown-ups take a video, and you can show me what your Christmas tree looks like, and we'll see who has the biggest Christmas tree ever. This story is by Stephen Kroll, and he is the author, which means he writes the words, and it's illustrated by Jenny Bassett, and the illustrator draws the pictures. The biggest Christmas tree ever. Look at all these Christmas trees. Once there were two mice who fell in love with the same Christmas tree, but you had to see it to believe it. Everyone in Mouseville loved Christmas trees. Every Christmas families all over town put up the biggest, most beautiful trees they could find. But first came Thanksgiving. The day before the celebration, Clayton, the house mouse, took a walk around Mouseville. He knew he should be thinking about giving thanks, but the chill in the air reminded him of Christmas. "You know what?" he said out loud. "This year I'm going to find the biggest Christmas tree ever." Not far away, Clayton's friend Desmond, the field mouse, said exactly the same thing. That night, Clayton helped his mom and dad, his brother Andy, and his sister Trudy make a special cheese casserole and a nut pie for Thanksgiving dinner. Over at Desmond's house, Desmond and his brother Morris helped Uncle Vernon fix a big pot of vegetable stew and a cheesecake. Everyone ate too much food. I think that's how we all felt after Thanksgiving. After dinner, Clayton's grandma and grandpa sat in the living room holding their tummies and grumbling. Ugh. Over at Desmond's, the cousins from across the road stretched out on Uncle Vernon's sofa and took a nap. The following morning, Clayton woke up. He wanted to be first at Clara's Christmas tree farm at the edge of town. That way, he could have his pick of the biggest tree. Over at Desmond's house, Desmond tumbled out of bed with that exact same thought. Clayton hurried over to Clara's, but it was hard to go very fast. He was still too full of Thanksgiving dinner. By the time he reached the Christmas tree farm, he was out of breath. He looked around. No one else was there. Moments later, Desmond arrived. He too was full of Thanksgiving dinner. He too had found it hard to hurry. He took a deep breath and stumbled inside. Clayton wobbled down the rows of trees. Here was a nice one, but it was much too small. There was another, but it was squat and had a crooked top. Over there was a third, but it was average height and had big gaps between the branches. Struggling down another row, Desmond was having the same problems. Clayton leaned against a tree. It was scrawny and not very tall. "I'll never find the tree that I want," he said. "I just better go home." And not far away, squinting at another tree, Desmond said, "I'll never find the tree I want. I better go home." When Clayton reached his house, it was only the middle of the morning, but he was still full, and he was tired, so he fell back to sleep. When Desmond reached his house, he went back to sleep too. Maybe they need to go back to sleep and wake up on a better side of the bed. Clayton woke up for lunch and spoke to his dad. Dad said, "Go out this afternoon. Walk to the far edge of the Christmas tree farm. The biggest trees are there." When Desmond woke up for lunch, Uncle Vernon told him the same thing. That afternoon, Clayton went out again. At the very same time, Desmond did too. Clayton walked to the far edge of the Christmas tree farm. He looked at one big tree after another, but none of them looked like the biggest Christmas tree ever. Down another path, Desmond was having the same bad luck. Starting to lose hope, Clayton peered around a very thick trunk. Desmond peered around the same thick trunk, and they bumped heads and fell down. "I bet you're looking for the biggest Christmas tree ever," said Clayton. "I bet you're looking for the biggest Christmas tree ever," said Desmond. Why don't we find one together?" "No one said we couldn't," said Desmond. What do we always say in school? Teamwork makes the dream work. They sat out through the rows of trees. They looked and they looked and they looked until it was almost dark. And just as they were ready to give up, there it was. A Christmas tree so big and tall, it reached the sky. "How will we cut it down?" Clayton asked. "It's much too big for the two of us." "Where will we put it?" Desmond added. "It won't fit in your house or mine." Clayton and Desmond smiled. "Our families will help us," they said together. And that is what happened. Clayton's dad and Uncle Vernon came out with their axes, and with the help of Clayton and Desmond, they dropped down that giant tree. Both families called on friends and relations, and together they loaded the trees onto 100 red wagons and pulled it to Clayton's front yard. There they decorated it with the most wondrous ornaments and colored lights. Look at how many of them it took to carry that giant Christmas tree. And on Christmas Eve, with all of Mouseville celebrating around it, the biggest Christmas tree ever lit up the entire hillside. Clayton and Desmond shared a high five. "We did it," said Clayton. "All of us together," said Desmond. There's that beautiful Christmas tree. I hope you guys are enjoying your Christmas trees, whether they're big or little. I think all Christmas trees are amazing. I can't wait to see some of your pictures of your Christmas trees. Remember, you can always draw pictures of Christmas trees to show me. Maybe your Christmas tree isn't exactly how you would like it, so you could make your perfect Christmas tree. And I hope you enjoy my video of my Christmas tree, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.